Welcome to the Morning Report, a production of FightBackMedia.com, the #1 source of urban conservative information in America.
Well, good morning and welcome to the Morning Report. The Morning Report is production of FightBackMedia.com, 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 and FightBackMediaTV.com. We are glad that you are. Oops, my goodness, my microphone. I didn't know where that was. Hang on a second. Let me move that. I apologize. I'm a little discombobulated because yesterday, on the 1st, sometime in the afternoon, you've heard my co-host from time to time, the meowing. I call her my co-host. You might even gotten to see her a couple of times. It was Queen TC Bell Tobeans the first, an animal that we rehomed, that we were the rehome for, and who kind of got dealt a bad hand and ended up in the possession of someone that we met, and then we've had her for the past couple of years. We had to put her to sleep yesterday, and if I think a little down energy, that's why. We only had her for a couple of years. She was tremendous cat. Just sort of held us together and held me together. And it was all, people say that cats don't have personalities and stuff, and they're aloof, and it's because and people only say that because they haven't had a cat. That's why they say that, because they haven't had a cat. My cat was not standoffish and not aloof. She was very affectionate, and she knew when you were not feeling well, either emotionally or physically, and she'd spend time with you. I remember my wife had some pictures that I was taking a nap because I wasn't feeling well, and she came over to nap next to me and put her little paw on my hand. Anyway, so we had to put her down yesterday, and it's hard. It's hard, even though it was the right thing to do. It was very difficult. So if I'm a little down energy today, that's why. Please excuse me. All right. On yesterday as well, actually on the 31st, there was an attack in New Orleans, on Bourbon Street. A Shamoud Din Jabbar, who was 42, pledging allegiance to ISIS, drove a Ford 150 in around barricades and into a crowd on Bourbon Street near Canal. And if you've been to Bourbon Street, you know that even on just a regular weekend night, how busy that is. You can imagine if you've been to Mardi Gras, if you've been there during on New Year's Eve, how many people just there. Not everybody in their right mind, not everybody, ready to jump out of the way like in some movie. People who are inebriated or whatever. And anyway, this person was able to kill 12 people and injure dozens, 3 dozen probably. Now, when you tell me that you have pledged allegiance, in the social media basically said he's pledged allegiance to ISIS, and then you attack a bunch of Americans, that seems to be, by definition, a terrorist attack. What do you think? Just by definition. But anyway, first on the case was Althea Duncan, the FBI assistant special agent. Now, why did they throw poor Althea out there? Because Althea, let me get a picture of Althea on the screen for you. Let me do that for you. You see? There you go. There's Althea. Now I know a lot of people are saying, well, she's a DEI hire. I don't know if she's a DEI hire. I don't know that. But I do know that I do know in my gut that it's political. Because in New Orleans, you got to have what you got to have. You have a 65-year-old white woman police chief. You have a black female mayor, and the person who was going to come in to save the day was another black woman, right? So that's the political narrative they had rolling, who basically said it is not, unequivocally, it is not a terrorist attack. There's one big problem. And we don't normally see this happen, but Christopher Raya, who is the deputy director of counterterrorism, came into New Orleans and ham-fisted the FBI's Theo Duncan, who she said yesterday, not a terrorist attack, and he said this, let me be very clear about this. This was an act of terrorism. Now, the problem with all the narrative is that, as you probably guessed, that's what Christopher Raya looks like. And why you really, although you've heard a lot about it, you're not hearing the same narrative because the perpetrator of this evil looks like that. Looks like that. This is why although you've heard about it, this is why we're not hearing the same narrative. And of course, it all started, driving a pickup truck and not sitting in some hotel room and shooting people with an AR-15. Although, I need coffee, by the way. Although he did end up shooting at police near the end of his life, and the New Orleans police took him out. We here at FightBack Media, our hearts go out to the people the people who are injured and the families who lost loved ones. When all you went there to do is have a good time and enjoy yourself. I've been on Bourbon Street. It's in my younger days. It can be a lot of fun. It can be a lot of fun. And even if you're not, frankly, even if you're not drinking and carousing, it's just kind of a neat place. If you've not been to Preservation Hall, hear jazz band, there's some street musicians out there who are phenomenal. There's some good restaurants there, and it's kind of a cool environment. You just went there to celebrate going into 2025, and you didn't even get an hour into it before this happened. Again, it's heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. But this is what we have now. So what we're going to have to do, just like every year, is what we're going to have to do is going to have to buck up, B-U-C-K up. We're going to have to pray more, to do more, to be more involved. We're going to have to watch out for each other better. We're going to have to hold these people accountable. From what I understand, now correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, those big barriers that you see like in front of the courthouse and stuff, New Orleans has those for Bourbon Street because they host big parties. As a matter of fact, yesterday was supposed to be the Sugar Bowl between University of Georgia, Go Dogs, and Notre Dame, hate the Golden Domers, and that's going to be tonight or this afternoon. No, yeah, this afternoon. As a matter of fact, 4 o'clock, something like that, at the Superdome. And the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl 59 is going to be there as well. So it isn't like it's a city that doesn't know how to hold big events, because they do. But the barricades, apparently, I was informed, some of them were being repaired. So that one piece might have saved some lives, because he wouldn't have been able just to drive in there or go around the existing barricades and just run down as many people as he did. Right? In front of a Trump hotel, a person decided that he was going to blow himself up poignantly enough in a Cybertruck. I guess he's making a point. The Elon Musk, Donald Trump connection, he's making a point. It's because media, and the thing that came to my mind earlier was because media has turned Donald Trump and Elon Musk into Beelzebub. And they are not. He's not Hitler. Trump's not Hitler, and Elon Musk is not the devil. Even though, MSNBC or CNN would have you believe so. And unfortunately, all it takes is people who are not stable. And we have a lot of unstable people running around out there. And this is the kind of stuff you get. That's why, as far as I'm concerned, talking to you, is we should be very careful with our words. Whether our words are spoken, like when we're talking to our friends, or we're addressing a group, or if we're on social media. And I'm not saying sugarcoat stuff, I'm saying tell the truth, but be very careful who you're saying it to and how you're putting it. You can tell the truth. We've been doing it since 2008. The reason that sometimes that we are not as popular, I guess, as some other programs, is that we're not. We don't choose to inflame. We don't use inflammatory languages or mannerisms. We don't. We just tell the truth. We just talk about it like it is, like you were sitting here in the chair next to me. So we're not at 1,000 subscribers yet, and I've been doing this a long time because we're not here to rile people up. We're here just to explain to them what the deal is, and then you go and do what you have to do to make things better. And we know you will. Anyway, got to get out of here maybe for somebody else. So until we see you again, go out there and learn to love somebody. And for goodness sake, y'all take care of yourself. We will see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.